off. Well, first tonight, a mystery following former President Trump's stop in Tucson last week. Several supporters have said they were left temporarily blind following the rally. The former president and current Republican nominee made his first stop after the presidential debate right here in Tucson. People were lined up for hours ahead of the event, and hundreds even had to be turned away. According to the city of Tucson, over 40 calls for heat-related illness was made, but that's not where this story ends. KGUN 9's Blake Phillips has been following the story for days now. He joins us live from the Linda Ronstadt Music Hall. Blake, what have you found out?
Well, Heidi, the mystery leaves a lot of unanswered questions that I'm digging into tonight. First, starting by sitting down with two Trump supporters who say they had to go to the emergency room following the rally last week. And I'm also asking the city and the Trump campaign some more questions to try to get some answers. Supporters were excited to attend former President Donald Trump's first rally in Tucson since 2020. But what happened next led to some bizarre questions. What exactly happened to both of you after the rally?
Yeah, and halfway through the dinner, her eyes started watering really bad. She was just tearing up.
My pain from 1 to 10 was an 8, a 9, even with my eyes closed. But I couldn't stand it when I blink. It was unbearable.
Eli and Francena Moreno were just two of a handful of people that reported feeling sick after the Trump rally. And while there were several heat-related calls, it wasn't until after when Francena says she noticed something was wrong.
Symptoms was the red face, red neck, and that was painful, but not as my eyes. That my eyes were my concern.
Later that night is when they made the call to get her some help.
Got to the point where she told me, you have to take me to the ER. And when she tells me that she has to go to the ER, I know it's serious.
I reached out to both the city of Tucson and the Trump campaign to get some answers. The Trump campaign responding saying, the Trump campaign has been collecting information. We remain committed to the countless patriots that attend our high-energy, high-impact rallies across the country. But now the question is, what caused this?
I don't think it was lights, because lights won't cause me to have pain in my nostrils.
And what about the people on the other side of the stage? Kathleen Wynn was just one person sitting on the other side, and she says,
nobody that sat where I sat and on my side of the stage had any ill effects, so it was isolated to the other side of the stage.
Now, the city of Tucson did confirm to me that a private company was brought in by the Trump team to handle the lighting, saying in a statement, the Linda Ronstadt Music Hall stage lights were not used. I have reached out to the Trump campaign to confirm this, and we are waiting to hear back. But whether or not it was the lighting, the Morenos just want answers. And so a lot of those questions about the cause, well, to put it simply, we just really don't know. Could it have been the lights? It could have been some kind of chemical reaction to something in the air. But Heidi, it really is a big mystery.
Yeah, it really is. And Blake, you mentioned something in the air. There's been rumors that it may have been related to a new air conditioning unit.
Well, the city told me that they actually replaced and upgraded the air conditioning unit back in 2021. They had just replaced the filters ahead of the rally towards the end of August. So they also want to reiterate that if it was anything in the air, it would not have come through the air conditioning system because that would have affected the entire rally, not just that small group of people.
Very good point. And one last question before you go, Blake. What did the Tucson Police Department have to say about all of this? Because it is really just a bizarre turn of events.
Well, they told me, again, those heat-related calls, we were able to confirm that number. Those were the Tucson Fire Department responding to those calls. But the police department says they haven't received any reports related to this incident. So, again, we're going to keep asking these questions and hopefully get some answers.
Great reporting. All right. Thank you so much, Blake, for that live report.